Hi guys, welcome back. Don't forget to ring the bell, like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. So today we're looking at a cord cutting spell, something I've been asked about a lot. These are the basic things that you are going to need. So let's get started. You are going to need a candle that represents you and represents the person that you are trying to cut cords from. All right, I like to use 4-inch white chime candles. You can use 6-inch chime candles. You can also use candles that are human figures. Make sure that you're using the gender that represents either you or the person that you are trying to cut cords from properly. You can also use red or black. Any of these work. I prefer white. It's completely up to you. Follow your instincts. You're going to need a pencil. It does not have to be super sharp, but it does have to have a point. You are going to need between 6 and 12 inches of black cotton string. And then over here you'll see yellow candles. You only need these if there are children involved. Biological children, stepchildren, foster children, doesn't matter. One for each child involved. If there are no children, you will not need this step. Now, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to cleanse everything. Sage it, peppermint spray, whatever you use to cleanse it, you're going to cleanse all of your things for this intention. And then once you do that, you are going to, on each candle that you're using, on your candle you're going to put your first name, middle name, last name, date of birth. On their candle, you're going to put their first name, middle name, last name, date of birth, using the tip of the pencil to carve it in. You're going to start at the bottom. You're going to go to the top. For each child involved, you're going to do the same thing. First, middle, last, date of birth, starting at the bottom and going to the top. Each individual candle you are going to put in your hands, and you are going to intention it to represent the person involved. So your candle, you'll intention it to represent you. Their candle, you will intention it to represent them. The children's candles, you will intention each of them to represent each individual child. First thing you're going to do after you finish all of that is you're going to take the children's candles, you're going to hold them all in your hand, and you are going to do a protection spell on those children so that they are not harmed during this cord cutting. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your string. Now, the reason I said you want between 6 and 12 inches is that you want the string to be long enough so that when the string goes between the two candles, these candles can all be in here. So if you have one child, 6 inches is enough. If you have 2 children or 3 children, you may want 8 inches. If you've got 7 or 8 kids, you're going to want 12 inches. You can go further than 12 inches if you need to. If you have that many children, it is fine. But like I said, you want to make sure that the children fit between the parents. And we'll show you how that is set up after. Then you take your string that you've blessed after it's been cut, and you tie it around either 2/3 of the way up or halfway up, and you knot it 3 times. On you first, and then on the person that you are cutting cords from second. We'll put the children to the side after their protection spell is done. We're going to keep them to the side for now. Side note, if you are using one of these, you're not writing the names up the sides or anything. You're going to do it on the bottom, first, middle, last, date of birth. So we've now tied the string. The next thing you want is to make sure that you have a fully fireproof surface to work with. Melt a little off the bottom on each side. Stand your candles up so that they are stuck to this surface. You don't want your candle doing this during your work. Now, you've got your string. You want to make sure that your string is relatively tight, maybe a little lax, but you do not want it sagging down like this. So if it's sagging down like that, you want to tighten it up, you want to separate the candles a little more, or you want to tie it a little tighter. The next thing you're going to do, I'm over here, the back of your work is over here. You want your children to be far enough back that they are not being hurt by the flames of these candles. but you want them to be stuck over here. Again, I melt the bottom a little so that they don't fall over, and each of the children are represented here. The next thing that I do is I call Archangel Michael. You don't have to use Archangel Michael if that's not who you work with. If you want to work with a different deity, I just find that he works best for this in the way that I work it. I do any type of offering that I'm going to give to him. I put it back here, and then I re-intention my protection spell on the children, and then I begin my work for the cord cutting. Before I light these candles, I light these candles with a re-intentioning of the protection spell, and then I come over here before it's lit, and I hold my hands over, and I bless and activate both of these with my first intention, and I state, I cut all cords that are going to me or from me that connect me in any way to, and then I say the target's name. The next thing I do is I light my candle, and after I light my candle, I again state that same statement. I cut all cords that are going to me or from me that connect me in any way to, insert target's name here. I do the same thing with the target's candle, and then I let it burn down. When it all is done, I dispose of my remnants the way that I would normally dispose. After I finish casting, I do stand and work my intentions in my mind a little bit longer, and then when I'm done, I thank the Archangel Michael or any deity that you use for this work to make sure that they understand that you are thankful for their assistance. Now, I'm going to go back to the beginning for half a second. You can speed this up a little bit if you'd like. You can dress each of these candles after you put the name with olive oil and coffee grounds. I don't recommend doing this if there are children, but it is up to you. With all that being said, I dispose of the items that are done after everything burns down, and we are all set. If any wax, anything in the offering plate that is trash should go in the outside trash. Anything that's recyclable should go in the outside recycle. And anything that is biodegradable should go to the earth. Remember, any questions or concerns, you can always email in myspellitnaturally@gmail.com. I answer emails in the order in which they are received. If you do a $5 donation, I do jump you ahead of the line and answer you within 24 hours. I do get a lot of emails, so please bear that in mind when sending in a question. You can also reach us on Facebook at facebook.com/spellitnaturally. Bye, guys.